Hi, I'm Nicholas Walker, and I'm the Chief Instructor of Kernow Karate. My teaching name is Dr. Nick. That's at school, university and in the gym. Everyone knows me as Dr. Nick. It comes from when I was teaching in the Middle East. This is my dojo in Mallorca, where we are for 2 or 3 years. Nice little dojo, and we've just done a 2-hour session. So forgive me if I look a bit hot and sweaty, because it's 40 degrees outside. 40 degrees. I'm scared of going home. About 40 years ago, over 40 years ago, I set up Kernow Karate in Cornwall. Kernow means Cornwall, as it's KK like this. And my instructor was going mad. He was, I promise you, I'm not lying to you. And all the black belts came to me and said, would I set up a club where they could come and train once or twice a week? And we set a club up at a place just outside Penzance, and it exploded. And we get more people every week. Within a year, we had 1,000 members training every week, not just people who came occasionally. 1,000 members. We used to have them training in the car park, on the stage, in the attic. Honestly, I'm not joking, in the attic, in the walking attic. And you have to ask yourself why. Why does anyone want to come and listen to a short, fat, ugly bloke who is not very good at karate? I never was any good at karate. Never won anything of any import. Yet we had 3 world champions train with us for years. We had a jiu-jitsu world champion train us. And the reason mainly is, I think, is because I'm a scientist. And what we do is we analyse karate, judo, all the martial arts, and we throw away anything that doesn't work. Let me give you an instance. How many of you have spent hours in this stance, this Zen long stance, yeah? And how many times have your instructor told you why you're in this stance? It makes your legs stronger. No, it doesn't. Trust me, it doesn't. Right? You get power from the earth. Oh, give me a break. Of course you don't. Like this. This has no advantage whatsoever. The only 2 things it does is, 1, it makes you stronger in this stance, which I can't see the purpose of, unless you want to have to habitually stand there for hours in this stance, right? And 2, it looks okay in the kata. What it's actually doing is damaging your knee. Every club, we had a huge survey done on this in America, and all the clubs who insist on using this ridiculous stance is damage has that knee development like this. You can see damage all the time. And what we do, we take everything like this. How do you get the best punch? Right? How do you get the best hook punch? And we analyse it. And then we find the best way. We ask the experts. We look at it from basic science. And what we do, we're teaching you here. I'm not putting opinions on here. This isn't an opinion side. I am a serious scientist. You can check my qualifications. And I am teaching you Newton's laws, Einstein's laws, Hooke's laws, the stuff that we know works. And we apply Newton's laws to this punch. And we can tell you, right, what makes it better and harder. If you want to ask a question, you're very welcome. But I'm not really interested, with a great respect, with something your instructor told you 30 years ago. She's probably much better than me in karate, but they probably don't have the science. Tell me what your science teacher said, I might be more interested. I was teaching in Iraq. I was setting a science department up at this big posh school. And Tim, one of my top instructors from Exeter, lovely guy, good friend of mine, rang up and he said, Nick, the problem is, what if you get killed? Because people were getting killed in Iraq a lot, like this at the time. He said, all the science is gone. He says, you ought to write it down. So I wrote it down. I wrote a book called Kicking the Crap Out of the Martial Arts. And I'm an author. I have 50-odd books on sale, as it is. Fiction books and adult books, children's books. And so I wrote it properly. I wrote it funny. I illustrated it well. And it sold very well for ages, particularly in America. I don't work out why. And then Amazon threw it off because some of the pictures weren't really mine to put on. And I said some rather odd things. If you want to get that book, you need to go on my website there. All my books on that website. I'm not trying to sell it to you. To be honest, if you're not selling tens of thousands of books, then it's not really worth doing. It really isn't. Yeah, it's, being an author, you've got to sell a lot to make it worth your while. And what these videos are explaining those scientific ideas. During COVID, we were suddenly, the week we opened this dojo, we were put in lockdown. Right, so we in a very dire financial position here. But what I was doing once a week, I was doing a video to put on to Facebook.
Facebook.
And because I keep getting the names of the sites mixed up, on Facebook for my people at home to train at home, and they became very popular. So it was suggested I did a channel on YouTube, and this is the introduction to YouTube. Asked me to give an introduction to give my qualifications and say who I am. And we're going to put one on a week, and I hope you'll join us. And I'll show you them, but I use my granddaughter to help me. See, because she's slightly better than me. For instance, my roundhouse kick is there. Now, her roundhouse kick is where? Yes, is there, like that. Yes? Show them again. Yes? Come here. Go away. Right? I can do it that high, but I choose not to. That's my idea. So as I say, I hope you join us every week. See what happens. Okay? Yes.